Remember, basically I would, because I still had to do the labs and everything, so I'd sneak in. And I would sneak in at night when no one was around. And I would, no, it's a true story. Boss just kind of turned a blind eye and didn't say anything about it. I said, you know this is what I'm doing. He goes, see no evil, speak no evil. And so I remember recording that demo, and I remember telling him, because like, ooh, wish you guys could smell how bad, that one actually didn't smell bad. If you get like one of the really cheap, like I got that one from Quick Trip. It was kind of a weird deal. I stopped in and I said, can I buy like an uncooked hot dog? They said, why? And I said, I'm a physics teacher at Mays High School, I need one for a demo. They said, they kind of looked at me like I was sketchy. It's like, I'm not asking you for a loaded gun. I'm asking you for an uncooked hot dog. Okay? What can I do? I'm going to rob the bank? Hey!
I think they're afraid what you would.
Don't make me cook this in front of you.
Wait,
So there's that.
It's too old, and I
You just
Let me see.
both prongs to the poor bank teller and just rank up the.
All right.
Again, this would be more fun if this was in Europe. 240
But we're
bucks
not.
for the win.
Boil a person.
So what you need to do is to February steak.
You would die so long. Your heart would stop.
Or fish.
But it's yeah, that's crazy.
You know, Tyler.
That's why he's gone over. He's got COVID.
No, what we need to do is unplug somebody's dryer. Because that's the only outlet for the AC 240 volts. Unless you're in Europe, where every outlet uses 240 volts. Yes. That's why I'm saying we should do it in Europe.
Disappointment.
What are we writing there, bro?
Okay. So how much power is dissipated by a computer monitor that runs on 120 volts and has a resistance of 100 ohms? Okay? So, and then I also want to know how much current is required. So this is, I chose this mainly because of the fact that this is a situation where you kind of have to be fluent in the various ways of calculating PIV. So let's start with this. How much current is required? So what are you going to do, Mr. Cohen? Or Absolute Cohen, I should say.
Good question. Some electricity on the back. Can I look at that, Charles, real quick? Give me 1 second, look at the equation sheet so I can save it.
It's not on there. It's not on there.
The chorus speaks ver. I am but a mouthpiece of.
And you
larger.
concur with the chorus?
Sure, why not?
God forbid that you think independently. So,
That's not right. That's embarrassing. Wow. Yeah. I would
so
never
do you know the voltage?
Yeah.
Standard voltage, 120, right?
Boo.
So you have a 100 ohm total resistance within
Yes.
the computer
1.2.
monitor, right?
1.2.
So you convert it up and go, okay, V over R is going to equal your current. So you got 120 volts divided by 100 ohms, and you get
1.2 amps.
1.2.
What you get when you divide 120 by 100.
Now, let's talk about power. So, if you look at this in terms of power, what's one way you could calculate power?
IV.
You can pivot up, right?
Oh,
but V
Okay.
squared.
two.
Oh, I
Write
do.
that
Hold
out
on.
into me.
So we just said we had
The squared.
1.2 amps running on 120 volts. So somebody take 1.2 times 120.
144.
I prefer ver,
Okay.
just not the same ver.
Cool with that? So now what do you prefer, Andrew?
Ver.
Well,
It's a different one, you see.
so the other thing that you could do is you could use I squared, could you use I squared R? You know, the current
It's
times the resistance of
it is all the same thing.
100 ohms. Oddly enough, you get the exact same thing.
Squared.
So what's the third way
Ver.
that you can calculate power? OA.
P equals V squared over R.
V
Ver.
squared over R?
I think that's what you asked, right?
I think
Shut
so.
up, you were ahead.
So 120 squared divided by 100 ohms. Oddly enough, you still get
144.
144 watts. So,
It's not.
and it's tough for me to emphasize this enough. You have to be able to move between all three calculations of power, depending upon how the problem plays out.
Most I can offer is 1.
Okay.
No, it's all. There's no vowels except for W, which is only kind of a vowel.
Papyres.
That's 2 T's.
No.
That is 100%.
That's pi.
It's not. How do you see pi?
How do you not?
Where's
Pi?
pi?
Papyres.
Batteries.
Papyres. Isn't
Just
that
batteries.
Batteries.
That's what I said. Batteries.
That's pi.
All right. I think you're getting this. No, I think you're stupid.
Did you eat lunch
Yeah.
today, Colin?
No.
It is batteries.
He just goes into the choir room. Sings his little heart out.
Don't
That's right.
He has some issues, you see.
You're gonna go fast in the wilderness for 3 days. Have Satan come out and tempt you. Do you want some bread? You want some bread? I know what you'll do for some bread. Sell your soul for some bread. 40 days, I need bread. I need bread. A thirst, give me.
Milliamp hours.
Do you want some bread?
Satan cake. Satan cake. The devil's cake.
What? You need to And the devil appeared.
Devil's
saying,
Devil's
"Hey,
food. Devil's food
Hey,
cake
you
is
want
a
some
cake.
bread?"
Devil's cake.
Deviled egg.
There you go. With a side of devil.
Wait, did you say a side?
A side of devil.
So you're gonna have a main course of devil's food cake with a side of deviled eggs?
Yeah.
It's better than using deviled eggs as a
What are
topping.
you guys talking about?
Nothing.
I'm going. It's about to go fast in the wilderness for 40 days. And then be tempted by.
Oh, so amp
Devil
hours.
food
I
cake.
remember this. This is yours, basically.
Food cake. No, it's devil food cake. The devil's food cake.
God, I can't get in the devil.
Okay.
Hey, you want
So batteries obviously can only hold a certain amount of current or a certain amount of charge, okay? So typically what they're rated at is what's known as a rating of milliamp hours. So in other words, what we're saying is that, like for example, typical small batteries,
I was
Moved you down a clip. Moved
I
you
was
down a
like,
clip.
flip
Down
down,
to red.
flip down. We gotta get you
Wait,
an
so
actual
if
milk cart.
I
absolute
really want one.
if absolute Cohen's the lowest, what's the ones above that?
I don't know. I have to think about that.
It'll change
Principal's
day by
office.
day.
So
Charles.
Dad's.
let's just say your typical small AA battery is rated at 800 milliamp hours. So notice that that is milliamps. It isn't a lot, okay? Milliamp hours. So if you have 800 milliamp, that means that's how much amperage it can provide, like per hour. So here's the question. I've got a battery and it's rated at 2,000 milliamp hours. And this is a bigger battery than just the example. And the battery voltage is 1.48 volts. And I'm going to take that battery and I'm going to hook it up to a light bulb that has a resistance of 10 ohms. So the question being is, at how long, assuming that everything stays constant, can I run that battery to light up that light bulb, assuming that everything stays constant? And
Pivot then
batteries,
per it.
huh?
Pivot then per it.
Okay, so what do you want to do first?
Sulfur powered. You're given current and you have voltage.
So I got the voltage, I've got the resistance,
Well,
Multiply it.
multiply what?
The voltage. Wait a second.
Hold on, don't
Wait a
you
second.
Equals V square over R.
I
would
V
try.
squared.
I
I thought we were gonna use the
Find the
current.
voltage.
I was gonna use the current to sulfur.
Could you find the current,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verb.
Milliamp hours.
right? Now, at the end of the day, just think this through. You all been my students long enough.
No.
What do you want your final answer to be?
Second.
Seconds, time, right?
Days.
So that's the only thing that you want left. True?
Yeah.
Okay? It's the only thing you want left. So you gotta make everything disappear except for
Seconds.
seconds.
So starting with the current, you have to do that anyway.
So current is measured in what? Coulombs per
Second.
Second.
second. Okay? So since we have the voltage and we have the resistance, we can find the current. True? So 1.48 volts divided by 10 ohms gets you
Yes.
0.148 amps. Cool with that. Which also means instead of amps, which is also what? 0.148 coulombs per second. Cool. Now, what can we do with that? So this is 2,000 milliamp hours. Multiply what?
Get milliamps into
Amps.
amps.
And hours into seconds.
So 2,000 milliamps is going to be how many amps?
Just two.
Just two, right?
2 amp
Amps.
hours.
Hours.
So that means the same as 2 amp
And then multiply that by
hours.
600. Yeah. 36.
So this is coulombs per second. So could we, what do you want to do from here?
Multiply by 3,600.
Multiply what by 3,600?
2 amps.
2 amp hours.
So if I multiply that by 2, because 1 hour is 3,600, so that would be 7,200
Amps.
amp
Seconds.
seconds.
Divide by amps, you get seconds.
So divide by, Thatch, what are you saying?
Divide by your 0.148 and you get seconds.
Divide by 0.148 coulombs per second, what's going to happen?
I'm cooking it all.
Amps are gonna amps cancel.
So amp's going to cancel out.
Oh.
Even bigger number.
You're left with just seconds.
And you just get, and you get whatever that works out to be.
48.5.
No, second.
Yeah, you get a big number, whatever that works out to be. Okay,
That's what it's.
I'm done.
Can we plug the hot dog back in?
No.
Oh, that's. Oh.
Because what happens is that once you cook out the water, then, yeah,
The glutamate's burning.
I don't see a problem.
Once you get that.
Do you see a fire extinguisher around here?
It'll be fine.
Yes.
Nothing will happen.
No, I wouldn't be opposed.
Okay.
You know, like just even
Probably take
we're
one
in sync.
bite.
That would work.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that's fine. Get red.
Go down the red.
Wait, there's no questions?
They don't exist yet. Now's my chance. Now's my chance.
No, there's more commas.
The only time I had to click down was because I was playing Lego Star Wars on the computer, and they got mad at me.
Seriously? The only time I had to like.
Yeah, on 46 is the one with the hot dog cooker, and they give you the specific heat in the
I
problem.
got beat by my.
Yeah, because
I never got caught.
All right, I'm done. Danny, well, yeah, leave that go for a second.